Alright, so I'm running out of daylight here. It's getting dark. It's after 8. Kids are in bed. This is everything I got done. Looks like I got 11 repotted into the bigger ones. I got the cuttings, 12 of them potted in this little tray I got from Home Depot or Lowe's, Walmart, something like that. And then it looks like we got another 11 that weren't quite big enough to get transitioned over to these larger pots. But while I have you, I'll give you some of the tour. And I've been thinking, I think one day this week while I'm watering, I'll kind of give the background story of myself and the whole Skydog Family Bonsai name choice of the channel. But yeah, here's everything I got. Last time I counted, I was around 120 pre-bonsai trees. We got a crepe myrtle here. This down here is an ilex shilling. We got a trident maple. That's a dwarf looking crepe myrtle. This here is an eastern red cedar. Back there is a gardenia. This here is a just a regular red Florida maple. The seedlings pop up everywhere all the time, so I started collecting them since, you know, it's cheaper than buying them at the store. Right here is a cassia tree. Should grow yellow flowers at some point. I don't know if it will this year because I cut it back quite a bit. Here's a larger ilex shilling that I just have kind of trying to grow back out from all the repotting and cutting I did to it. This is a dwarf barberry. These are little decorations. Sorry for the noise. Everyone asks what this is. This is a chast tree, also known as a vitex is the actual name, I believe. Chast is kind of what they're sold as in the store. The bees and then butterflies, hummingbirds, everything's been coming onto this thing right here. Here's another ilex shilling. We've got the olive, another barberry. This here is the red bougainvillea. I don't know, it's kind of like a burnt orange. And then we've got the yellow bougainvillea here. This here is a gardenia. This here is a Simpson stopper, Japanese boxwood. And believe it or not, I put them in these little kitchen colanders, in case anybody thinks they look familiar. It's just to help promote better drainage, and it also helps air prune the roots as they grow out, which over time should develop a finer root system, which should give you better growth. This little guy here is a what is it, a golden promise Japanese cedar. This here is my purple bougainvillea. It's kind of big, but it's got a ton of flowers on it. I've been getting accused of not letting anything have flowers, so here you are. Another ilex shilling, another Japanese boxwood. We got a hibiscus Japanese boxwood. This here is the best ilex shilling that I have, and that root system is looking sweet. I'm just kind of waiting for the canopy to grow back out. Let's see what we have back here. Another eastern red cedar. This here is a not a Japanese maple. This here is just a regular Florida maple. I actually dug it up, and it was just a little sapling, just like the other one I showed you, and I've kind of spiraled it in a growing habit here. We've got another crepe myrtle. This one actually has buds on it, so it should start flowering probably by the end of the week or next week. This here's a Simpson stopper. Here's a rose, dwarf knockout rose here. Got another gardenia. Fukian tea. We got two Chinese elms right here. One's got the wiggle. that everybody talks about, the little S shape. This one here is a more traditional straight. I actually collected this out of a parking lot, just growing in the median. Right here is another gardenia. This one had a ton of flowers on it. After it got done flowering though, I cut it back, and you can see it's already kind of starting to split back out from what I've done to it. So it's looking all right. Now this is one of my favorite sections over here. These are where all my junipers are. Some of these are cascading, some of these are semi-cascading. This one's just more of a trying to work it into a formal upright instead of so many cascades. But I tried to just kind of let the tree tell me what it wants to be rather than just force it into a shape. So if it's cascading, then that's kind of what it's doing. Got this little guy. He was one of my first bonsai. A blue point juniper. These are all Procumbus nana junipers. Another blue point. This one I believe is a parsony, I think is how you say it. It's got really good little root structure. It's kind of getting overgrown a little bit. I do turn them, so that's most likely the front, but I do turn them so they get light. This one here I need to do some wiring. This one is actually the mom of the other two that looked kind of similar to this one, the blue. But I need to wire this up, move those around a little bit. This is a larger Pronana that I got, and this is in a pond basket to help with the air pruning of the roots. Here is an azalea. Shimpaku juniper, just got that the other day from a guy named Alex here at Florida Bonsai. These are two little blueberry plants. Another azalea. Oh, this one's getting a little flower bud going on. That's cool. It's got a bunch of little flower buds on it. This one I didn't cut back too much, so just kind of letting it do what it does. Everything over here on this second shelf is all azaleas, different kinds. Some of these I got from different nurseries. Some of these I got from MrMaple.com. If you haven't ordered anything from Mr. Maple, I do encourage you to do so. Now, funny story about these Hilda niblets is when they came, this one in the front had like purple flowers all over it. So I sent Mr. Maple pictures of it, and their customer service actually refunded me on it. So I don't know quite which azalea that it is, but it did have little tiny purple flowers. It was really cool. Got some more azaleas here. Now after these did bloom, I did cut them back. All of these are azaleas. I did use some zip ties to try to force it to grow more than the way it was going, pull it together a little bit. And back here we get to the lower pedalum section of things for the most part. Little dwarf lower pedrums. This is a purple daydream lower pedrum. This is just me growing more jades because that's what I do. All of these in the pots, the big pots, probably by the end of the week will be in a pot, some form or fashion, with some bonsai soil. Got this little guy. All right, now we got the larger, this here is a larger parsony juniper. I have trimmed it up and wired it some. I keep it in the shallow pot instead of leaving it in the grow pot, as you can kind of see with all of them, is to try to keep the roots more linear than going down, because that's how you get the nice root flare, and it helps hold on to stabilize them in the pots. but this one I've worked. I did kill a couple loropetalums. I did cut them back, probably more than you're supposed to. But you know, it happens. Full transparency, I have killed some plants. Now this here, a driver at work collected from the side of the road during his deliveries. He's seen that I was doing some bonsai work, and he's like, hey, they got these on the side of the road, they're throwing them out, you want them? So believe they survived. This one and another one that I'm going to show you here in a minute. Another parsney. This one probably would look cool in a bonsai pot. Here's another azalea. Sorry, they're kind of bare from all the cutback I did after they flowered. Loropetalum. Another loropetalum. And then I've got this crepe myrtle. Got a nice little root system going on. I do pick off these little suckers and weeds. It's a never-ending battle. All right, now this part is where it's under the shade netting, and now that the sun has moved due to, you know, the earth orbiting around in the universe, this is where I put the things that either need a lot of shade or that I've recently worked on, and I'm just trying to acclimate them back to the world, so to say. So here's another. Lady gave me this from a nursery that I've been buying a lot of my plants from, and she said it's 2 years old. She's tired of dealing with it. It isn't growing, so she gave it to me. She wants to see what I do with it, so we'll see what happens. Now this here is a boxwood, Japanese boxwood, but look at this. When I see something like this, I'm buying it. You can't help it, because you can't, there's no replacement for time on some of the elements of bonsai plants. So I've recently purchased this and cut it back, and for some reason I'm getting little gold leaves. I don't know if it's just some of the branches dying or what, but you know, it is what it is. It should be all right. It's putting on new growth, so I'm not too concerned. This is a soft touch Japanese holly, but it's a golden variety, so it's got the gold on the top. These are just cuttings that I'm trying to propagate. I have had, only success I've had out of the probably 100 that I've put in is this olive branch has grown, and a couple others, but that's it. Like, I've had no luck with that. These are some more cuttings, and then another sapling that came just from the seeds falling naturally. Ginseng ficus. Here's some Japanese maple and trident maple cuttings that I'm trying to get to stay alive. We'll see what happens. Boxwood cuttings I'm trying to get to stay alive. Here's that, same as this one, the golden holly. Now this is a pink dogwood tree. We bought this when we went to New York. We stopped at a Walmart in Virginia, because they don't actually sell these in Florida. My Nana says that it ain't gonna ever have any pink flowers on it, but I'm gonna prove her wrong, because I've already had it with one, and maybe I'll try to dig up the picture to attach to the video. All right, these are some really cool azaleas that I have. It's all braided together, and they did put it in a wire. I bought it this way. It was covered in pink flowers. It looked really great. They've all since wilted, and this is now what I'm left with. I did trim the growth back to the first leaf on all the ones that were kind of out of the shape, so it should all recover. Same thing here. The difference here is there's 3 different trees in here, and it's a white and pink one, a regular pink one, and a red one. So that one looked really cool. Here's an azalea that I have that isn't exactly doing the best. but I'm hoping it recovers. It could be that I repotted it while it's trying to flower, which is a no-no, but we'll see what happens. This here is your Charlie Brown Christmas tree. Baby blue spruce, I think, is technically what it is. I did trim it back recently. The branches were getting super long. And you got to watch out on these. A lot of them kind of grow in the same places, which thickens them up and gives you uneven taper in the main trunk. So it's a battle to try to fight that back. This here's another one that I bought. I think I've actually had people message me like, hey, I can't believe you're keeping these things alive in Jacksonville, Florida. I'm from Colorado, and everybody tells me that I can't keep a tree like this over here, and it's been very disappointing. So I just wanted to tell you kudos on maintaining it. Japanese maple over here. This is just a regular old green standard Japanese maple. This is another Duranta. That one ain't looking so hot. Over here are pretty much all of my maples, besides the one I just showed you. There's a few other plants in there. I'll have to show you when the sun comes back out. But once again, pretty much all of these came from MrMaple.com. I do want to shape some of these up, so I am trying air layering to see if it all works out, because I know I want to cut it anyways. I just didn't want to waste it. I had to put the gate up. I don't think you can see it, but there's a little gate here so that the dogs don't go in there. They like peeing on everything. So that's the tour, and I'll see you guys another time.